everybody. Good morning. Rose Thorn here. Today I am doing a reaction video to Foodie Beauty's live stream called Reacting to Chef El Shami's Freakout. So as you guys know, Chantal was doing her live stream last night. She actually did a couple that I did not react to. I was going to react to one and then she went live again, and that was the one I chose to cover because she was having a bit of a meltdown. So I covered that one instead. And during that live stream, Nader also went live and he was going all the way off. A lot of people were saying things that he was saying in her stream. I could not confirm if what they were saying was true, but I was reacting to what they were saying also. But Chantal decided that today she's going to play part of his live stream and do her own reaction. So I guess we'll see in real time what he actually said. So I wanted to just cover that. Let me go ahead and add Chantal's stream to the screen real quick. 1 second, please. There we go. There she is. So there she is. I breezed a little bit through this live stream. It looks like she's already smoked a little bit of something. She doesn't seem completely sober. For those who might be triggered by something like that, I'm just forewarning you. She's not all the way blasted to the wind, but she's feeling no pain. Let's put it that way. So for those of you that really don't want to stick around for the react part of the video, let me just go ahead and go into the comments. If you just want to deal with the comments, let's do that first, because the comments are really very entertaining sometimes. Jamie Cheever says, I have to say, honest to God, I would never, ever even think about provoking my abuser, talking crap, talking back, telling private things that went on behind closed doors. Are you kidding me? The thought of that still scares me even after a few years of it finally being over, especially on a public forum. Yeah, right. That would have been asking for trouble. So that was a top comment that got 118 thumbs up. See, that's what puzzles me about the supposed abusive relationship with these two. Anybody's ever been in a relationship like that, you would never even think of provoking the person who's hurt you, and yet that's exactly what Chantal did last night. She was actively provoking Nader to get mad and go off, and he did, and he was saying some pretty out of the wall things about her and talking all kinds of stuff. I mean, if you guys watched the react last night, you heard some of the things he was saying, talking about mutilating her genitalia and that her vajayjay should be sewn up or zippered shut because she's always putting something in there. I mean, he was going all the way off, all the way off. It was actually pretty disturbing to listen to, but she was provoking him. She was saying stuff on live stream, and I'm just going to say this right here. Everything going on between Chantal and Nader, the going back and forth, the fighting, the arguing, them basically using their live streams to talk to each other versus just getting on a phone or messenger or doing it privately. All this talk about DV, all of this stuff is private stuff. This is really not YouTube content. This is stuff that should be kept offline, away from other people, because other people don't need to be involved. They are involving other people for the sake of profit, but it's really not the thing that you do if you're a YouTube content creator and you're saying to your audience, yes, I create content. This is not creating content. This is exposing things to the public that they really don't need to know about. This is personal, private relationship stuff. Carolina says, the fact that she wants to turn this whole reaction into a hashtag, Let's Hate Didi Day, is a clear indication she'll be spending Valentine's Day with Nader, period. She dissected every single word Didi said and brushed off what he said. She recognizes he is so gross, yet she'll be back there guaranteed. Yes, she will be, because Chantal has yet to take a break away from Nader mentally. She's completely focused on him. He's completely focused on Chantal and talking about her. Yes, I know that Didi is over spending time with Nader, but look where he's putting his attention. He's not paying complete attention to Didi. He's talking to Chantal through his monitor, raging at her, watching her live streams. She's watching his live streams. How can you get away from somebody or end something if you're keeping it going in your head and you're focusing on them? You really, really can't. You know, Chantal and Nader are too entirely focused on each other for anything to be over. Karma says, Chantal is accusing Nader of breaking the window because he was mad at her, when the fact is she doesn't know how the window got broken. She is talking out of the side of her mouth, as usual, but she'll carry on with her version of the event so she can play the victim yet again. Yeah, that's a good point, Karma. Nobody knows how the window got broken. Nobody knows why. Everybody can make assumptions, but nobody knows the truth except for the person who broke the window or the person who was there to witness it. And none of us will ever know how that happened, why it happened, you know, so it's all speculation. Rosie says, in all seriousness, someone needs to step in and get her help. Between the drugs, alcohol, food, rage, and general mental illness across the board, someone is going to get hurt. Either way, this will not end well for Chantal. This is an absolute example of how far she's gone, and there's no sign of change in sight. Wow. Yeah, she is on the decline. And that's not me being mean to her. That's just a fact. You know, Chantal is supposed to be isolating at home for 5 days, and we're all seeing in real time what she's doing with her time alone away from Nader. She's binging out on food, which she should not be doing because she's in bad health and because she has an ED. She's sitting there smoking the green all day. She's really not taking care of herself, and she's not taking care of her household. But left to her own devices, she is self-destructive. She is hurting herself, and she's not stopping. And unfortunately, because she's an adult, nobody can step in and stop her. You know, she's got to be an adult and take the first step and get things taken care of. But she's not doing that. She's continued to go down that self-destructive path. Gooey Louie says, okay, you're reacting to him being disgusting, yet you're the one that went along with it. Takes two to tango. Precisely that. It takes two to tango. Even now, away from each other, they don't like each other. They supposedly hate each other. It takes two to tango. If Nader were over on his side of the world, screaming into the void, nobody would care. And she wouldn't care because she wouldn't have to hear it. She wouldn't have to see it. All she has to do is just turn away from him, and that would be that. Just focus her energy and her time on something else. But they keep focusing on each other. And so they're both keeping it going. They're both keeping this thing going. And why, you ask? Probably for money. You know, drama equals profit in her world. Drama equals big profit. London Briel says, I think she forgets that she told us she had oral relations with the foul-smelling guy in the car. So why she keeps insisting that she never stepped outside the relationship confuses me. She also is an unreliable narrator who is driven by jealousy and hurt, so it's hard to fully believe her version of events. Early on, she told us she was jealous that she helped get him a channel and he was getting more positive views and interaction than her. And when she's been doing this longer, I think she's playing a dangerous game, but I don't think she's unaware. I think she enjoys playing with the flame and getting burned. I just hope playing with the flame doesn't cause her demise. Great comment, London. Great comment. So yes, Chantal did relate to everybody that she had relations with a guy in her car and that she did mouth things, if you will, with that person. So who knows if that person was infected or not, and that's where it came from. We don't know. We don't know. There's no way to point a finger and be for sure. Nader could be the one that gave it to her, or she could have got it from somebody else. She's trying to spin the narrative of it's all his fault, but how do we know what Chantal does away from the camera and with whom? We really don't know. And also, London, you're right. Chantal is a person that what she talks about is driven by her moods and what's going on at the time. And she is that individual that when she is jealous or insecure, she will say awful, hateful things about a person just to get back at them. I mean, evidence of that is her story times and many story times that we've heard. You know, her talking very vindictively about people that she encountered like 20 years ago that aren't around to defend themselves, talking about the coworker that she used to work with that sent her home because Chantal came into the workplace wearing too short of a skirt and a thong, which is inappropriate for a workplace. I could see why the woman did that, but just her talking about this years and years later, it's just like, why are you holding on to this stuff, Chantal? It doesn't matter. But I guess to her, it does. And yes, she did get uh, insecure and jealous because Nader was getting a whole lot of views and positive responses than she was. So in order to knock him back down a few notches, she started talking bad about him. You know, it's just her just trying to make sure that she's on top of the ladder and nobody else is up there with her. Nat B says, they're just trying to make another 20,000 this month. That's why Dee Dee is there. Chantal will be back with him next week with another iPad. Yeah, we know that. We know it's all a money play. It's seriously a money play. Crippy Reacts says, Chantal cannot handle Nader being with another woman. So she has to talk about him as much as possible to provoke a reaction. Chantal can't see Nader when Dee Dee is there, so she's tantruming until he's got a free house and calls her up. This is so transparent and pathetic. Chantal, please get professional help. Yeah, I'm the belief that Chantal is not happy about Dee Dee being there at all. And so she's taken the point of view, perhaps, that if Dee Dee is there, I'm going to make sure that they don't have a good time together. And I'm going to get his attention no matter what. Even if I have to really take him off, if he rages at me, he's still giving me attention, and that's a good thing. So she's going to ruin any time that Nader has with Dee Dee, and she's going to try to get attention as much as she can from afar. And to do that, she's going to tick him off and get him to rage at her. So, you know, there's so many things at play there, none of them good. Green Smoothie says she's an out-and-out addict, drugs, alcohol, and food. Her slurred, drunken, drugged speech is extremely triggering for anyone who grew up with an alcoholic family member. Yes, it is. And that's unfortunate. Anybody who watches Chantal in any capacity, whether it's on her channel or through a reaction channel, might get triggered by what she's doing. They might get triggered by the eating, by the drug use, maybe being drunk on camera. You know, Chantal doesn't care how she triggers people. You know, she's all about, you know, it's all about me and I care about what I do and how I feel. She's not considering other people's feelings. It's ironic, though, that she says she's got a big heart and she cares about people, and at the same time exhibiting behaviors that show she really doesn't care. She doesn't care how she affects people or if they're triggered by her. She just cares about the bottom line, and that's money. But to add to your comment, Green Smoothie, you forgot one of her biggest addictions, and her biggest addiction is attention. Her biggest addiction is attention, not the drugs, not the alcohol, not the food. It's attention. Everything else is secondary to that. Her number one addiction is getting attention. She has to be in the spotlight all the time. Everybody has to be talking about her, paying attention to her, or she just basically goes berserk. Let's see. And looking for another comment. Katie Cat says, I've never seen someone cry about how abused they are and then purposely taunt their abuser. Yeah, me either. You know, you guys probably already know this, but I've been through my own DV with more than one person. And never have I ever, and never would I ever even imagine being in a situation where I would taunt the person that abused me. I would never even think that. When you are going through that, you live in fear. And you want to do everything in the world to not taunt them, to not set them off. You don't go out of your way to say things and do things to provoke their anger. That's just something you don't do. Naomi says, you're pretty doggone lucky he doesn't live near you or drive. We got a good look at his anger. I would be really uncomfortable in that room. How are you laughing? Well, she's laughing for one of two reasons. Either because she knows he's too far away and he can't do anything. And so she's taking advantage of that, or maybe because she's high, or because it's all fake drama. And, you know, take your pick. It could be a combination of all of those things, or one of those things, or something else perhaps. Twisty Misty says, as someone that's worked in healthcare, please get tested ASAP. Your throat and eyes have been irritated. Dee Dee and Nader are coughing clearly throat constantly. He has been handling food with his hands. It is transmitted to throat and eyes easily this way. If he isn't washing everything he touches, or food or utensils, the bacteria sits there. He needs to take this seriously and don't go back because he won't take it seriously. You both should not be sexual for at least a full week of meds, then a few more days for a recheck to make sure it's completely cleared. Take your health seriously, at least, if not for you others then. Gono cannot always have symptoms, and he can leave his next victim permanently infertile. Your practitioner should be testing you and not making you quarantine. They should be calling you in. They can isolate you there for a check. Yeah, Chantal, she had medicine for the gono a while back, and she threw it away. So I don't know if she finished the whole thing or halfway through it. It could be a situation where she had it, and because she did not follow through with the medication, or even if she finished the whole thing, she still needs. You need to go back and get retested. There could be a situation where she just had all this time what she had before, and it never got completely treated. So who knows where the gono came from? We don't know. There's just we can do is speculate. All we can do is speculate. But yeah, they both need to be very careful about what they do and with whom, just for health's sake. Let's see. Laura H says, Mythbusters, let's bust some myths. Nader never ate your cavern. You would have been ousted in for that, and also you forgot that you already complained he was a receiver and not a giver. You and Nader do not have an intense sexual passion. He's high. The drugs probably ups his drive, and he needs to burn the energy off, not passion, just drugs. Lastly, you knew exactly what he was talking about when he mentioned the tea. You told him about your family, because you can't keep anything a secret. So yeah, Nader was kind of saying last night in his live that there's some kind of family stuff that he knows about, and talking about her family, her mom, and threatening to go to her family. I don't know what he knows, if anything, if that's real, if that's fake, but he did say that. And there was also some talk about Chantal talking about the VIBs as well, some kind of trash talk, although that really wouldn't surprise me. Her trash talking her VIBs, she doesn't appreciate those people at all. So her trash talk of the VIBs would not shock me in the least. Let's see. All right, so I don't want to spend too much time on the comments. We've already got almost 20 minutes on the comments. So let's get into the actual React video. I hope you guys enjoy this. And if you do, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. So let's get to, shall we?
You weirdo. Did I have a rough night? A little. Hi, Ashley. I didn't go to the clinic yet, Nadia. Lauren, Raquel.
So, okay, before we get deep into this, Chantal was supposed to isolate for 5 days. She said that. The doctor told her to isolate for 5 days because she might have the vid. What did she do? It's not been 5 days yet. And she went out to Starbucks. And I know it's a drive-through, but still, you are potentially exposing people that way, okay? So she went out to Starbucks and she got a drink. Second thing, she's also stated that it burns when she pees. That points in the direction of a UTI. Chantal, I've had UTIs. The last thing you should be drinking, my dear, is coffee or any kind of sugary drink, because anything acidic, like coffee, like caffeine, like citrus drinks, and sugar, that's just going to make the UTI a lot worse. That's the last thing you should be drinking. You should be drinking like straight water to kind of flush out your system. That won't cure up a UTI, but it does help. So you're over there complaining about pain and discomfort, and yet you're doing everything wrong to help yourself. But she went out, she got Starbucks, she got her coffee, and it looks like she's consumed something. She doesn't look completely sober. Her eyes are red. So that's where we're starting this react video.
Stray. No, I ordered, Nadia. Eloise. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not trying to pocket watch anybody. This is not me counting somebody else's money. But I want to address this comment by Accountable Beauty. Accountable Beauty says Dee Dee is making $85,000 a year and she just ordered groceries. So that leads me to have the question of, if she's making that kind of money, which again, I'm not pocket watching the woman, I don't care what she makes, but if she's making that kind of money, why doesn't she have a vehicle? And why is she taking a $200 Uber to his house and back? Like, why not have a vehicle to do that? I mean, there might be reasons maybe she can't drive. I don't know. It just looks weird to me. It just looks weird to me. And if she's making $85,000 a year, that's right on par with Chantal. Why can't Dee Dee and Nader like team up and leave Chantal behind? I have so many questions. I've really got so many questions over here.
Richard, Sandy. Thank you, Nadia. Banana bread. Nada's band VIP, sir. Did you mix 85K in his ordering? Okay, good. Karen and Raquel. I don't have any well, okay. No, I do have some symptoms. Don't eat in a tizzy, Che. E with H. Sweet Jane.
I don't know what she's taken, but she looks high here. Like maybe she took an edible, I think. I don't know. I'm again speculation. She acts like she's under the influence of something.
No, everyone's been telling me to watch this. I'm about to look like an egg, a fuzzy egg with glasses. Would you stop harassing me? Like, you are freaking me out. She watches my hand movements like this. Look. I can see. No, it's not. You're too cute. I like, I like to smell a cat breath. Oh.
You know, I'm just going to throw this in there. This is what concerns me. I've been watching Chantal for a long time. And one thing I've noticed about all the grocery hauls that Chantal has done, she's shown us like all the food that she buys. But one thing I've noticed that she never shows is the cat food. Like when I go out and I buy cat food for my cats, I'll buy, you know, like 15, 20 cans of tuna because that's what my cats eat is tuna. My cats prefer the tuna. And they get the other moist cat food and they always have dry food out. But one thing I've never seen Chantal show off to the camera is her haul of the pet food, which makes me wonder like how much food are the cats really getting? I've also noticed that Sam he's a very big cat. He's a big old fluffy floof of a cat. So Sam looks much bigger than BBJ. BBJ looks much smaller. And I'm worried that they might be fighting over the food. That Sam might be pushing BBJ out of the way to get to the food, and so BBJ isn't getting as much food, and because she's smaller, maybe she doesn't fight back. This does worry me if that might be happening. But I have been noticing like where is the pet food haul? When she goes out grocery shopping, where is the pet food? why isn't the pet food ever shown? Like we never see cans of cat food or a bag of cat food. It's always like food for her. So that's just stuff that's on my mind, y'all.
Why are you doing this? Okay, go sit your smell. Everything is for me today.
She's
Why
she's
can't
high.
I'm tired. Hey, TGIF, y'all. My cats love me. I know.
You know, that's something I've heard from Chantal a lot. My cats love me. Well, when is the last time we've heard from Chantal, I love my cats? When is the last time we've heard her say that? I love my cats. She's always saying they love me. It's all about the cats loving her. But what about her loving them?
Alright, Sam. Sam is ready to watch the show. He's sitting beside the Parmesan cheese. Hi, Kim McCarthy. Why are you sitting beside the Parmesan cheese? Why are you sitting beside the Parmesan cheese? Okay, so everyone's been like, well, since last night, I remember, watch the part where he's freaking out. Watch the part where he's freaking out. And I just have to say, before I start this reaction, oh, which I'm not even sure I want to get into. I have to say, I had the glorious opportunity to scroll through. People told me where it's like near. And I stopped right on Didi going, Nader? I hate the way, Nader, you're sure good at what you do. Didi. Fuck off, Didi. Shut the fuck up, Didi. Everyone hashtag shut the fuck up, Didi.
So are you actively inciting hate against Didi? Because that's what it sounds like. It sounds like you want people to get on Twitter and incite hate against Didi. You know, you are inciting hate against another person and telling people to use a platform to do it. Not cool, Chantal.
TFUDD. STFUDD. That's the new fucking hashtag of the day. Mm. I know, Helga. I'm up early hating Didi. Got my pistachio latte and I'm ready to hate on Didi.
Let's get into this
I'm
already,
just gonna
Chantal.
act like he's dead to me. Like I'm not going to talk about him every live stream.
She says that every live stream. I'm not going to talk about him. Or she'll talk about him for a minute and say, well, I'm done talking about him. But then it happens in every single live stream. Every single live stream. Every single one. Because without him, what else is there? There's nothing else going on. She has a YouTube channel. She could talk about anything she wanted. She could pick up a magazine and just talk about the things that she saw in the magazine or read in the magazine. That would be great, different content. Or read a book or review a movie. I mean, there's so many things she could put on her channel that would be great, positive content. But she keeps going back to the same toxic stuff.
That's just obsession at that point. And I'm trying to fucking move on. So yeah. So I just want to see what the fucking deal is here. So let's look at his. Oh shit. A big buffalo. Be clean. Oh shit.
You know, because Nader talks so incredibly fast, I'm having a hard time understanding him. So I guess we'll just stick to reacting to what she says because he talks so incredibly fast, and especially when he's mad, it's hard to understand what he's saying.
That was a fucking pause on a crazy eyeball. Okay, so he actually has the fucking nerve. Do you see what I mean? Like, so you know that it was true whenever I said he blamed the STD last time on being unclean. Because he fucking blames everything but himself. He fucking blames Carly and Josh. He's blaming Carly and Josh.
You know, again, speculation. If there is some kind of STD going on, nobody knows exactly where it came from. We're not there in the room. We were not there in the room with any parties involved, had relations with anybody else. But I seriously doubt that anything happened with Carly and Josh. They are a couple, and I'm sure they're clean people. And Chantal was in discomfort before she even went to go see Carly and Josh. You know, she was complaining of discomfort down below. So if anything happened, it wasn't because of them. It definitely wasn't because of them.
For the STD. Like, oh god. He ruined my remote.
If you're dirty, doesn't mean everybody's dirty.
Dirty, see?
You get it?
Hey,
Go stay 5 days home.
hey, newsflash, pal. You don't get an STD from being dirty. Right? That's what you guys said. I'm just joking. No, I mean, come on. Like, I can't even believe I sounded that stupid at one point.
I go anywhere.
Gaslighter.
Hmm?
Green gaslighter.
So put stuff in your throat so you don't get sick.
Yeah, like your dick?
Hmm?
Yes, your green peen.
Out the throat.
Like you just wiped down with my baby wipes one day and asked me to go to town. Yes, the baby wipes were not enough. The baby wipes were not enough, pal.
Don't put dirty stuff there.
And Sam is watching you in disgust. He's sitting beside us.
You know, Chantal's trying to roast Nader for being infected. But I hope she knows that by doing that, she's also roasting herself. Because Chantal, you are the adult. You're also an adult in this situation. And you had full knowledge that he talks to other women, possibly sees other women, and you made the decision, probably more than once, to do things with him without protection. So it wasn't as if he kept the fact that he was seeing other women, possibly doing things with other women under the covers, and you did not know. You knew. And you made the choice, the actual choice, that instead of being responsible and protecting yourself by using protection every single time with everything you did with Nader intimately, you chose to expose yourself. So you can sit there and point your finger and say, it's your fault, it's your fault. But at the same time, it's also your fault for being involved with somebody who is sexually active, he is promiscuous, and you chose to engage in irresponsible behavior with this man.
Parmesan cheese!
What?
Damn. What?
Mm.
What the actual fuck?
Mm.
What the?
What is she laughing at? I'm not. Dude, she must be really, really high. There must be some serious edibles at work here because she is laughing her butt off. I'm like, what is so funny? I'm over here completely dead cold sober. What's so funny? I'm not understanding.
What was that? What was that? Okay. What did he say? I missed it. I was laughing too hard.
I know. What did he say?
Oh, wait. Sorry. St. Patrick's Day is March 17th. Shut up, Dee Dee.
Would you like to eat something? Please. Eat hot, eat sausage.
What the fuck? What are you on about? Oh,
Not Chantal asking, what are you on? At the same time, she's reacting and she's clearly on something.
wait. Miss B. Welcome to Very Important Users. What do you say? Hee. Meredith, I am trying to move on. This is why I am closing this chapter with reacting to this man.
You've closed the chapter at least 10 times, Chantal. As people that are on Chantopolis and we watch you, you have allegedly closed the chapter at least 10 to 15, 20 times. You said you were closing it. I remember when you did a live stream and you were taking his laundry over to his house. And then you were to close it again when you went to go get your CPAP, right? So the problem is you keep closing the chapter and then opening the book back up to keep reading it. And I'm not understanding this whole logic of I'm getting over him and I'm closing out the chapter by you watching and reacting to his video. I mean, how is that closing the book? All you're doing is keeping it going and writing another chapter in it. This really serves no purpose.
There we go. Oh, and did I say shut up, Dee Dee? Yeah, I did. Okay. Oh, wait, no, I didn't. Shut up, Dee Dee. Okay. How do I do this? Oh. My TV doesn't want to play. I just want. Okay. Pistachio latte.
But I'm the homeless sausage. Remember that? Remember the homeless.
Are you the homeless? Did he just say he's the homeless?
Don't ask if you get sick.
Okay, pal.
Normal.
That was like 20 years ago.
By the way.
And you look worse than him. You look more homeless.
He's still talking.
If I don't stop talking, I respect privacy.
So if you don't, I know that it's working too. I wish your mother heard me.
Dream big candle, did you? Yes, I did buy it for myself. Oh, this is where he's threatening my mom.
Stepfather.
What? Stepdad?
You know your mother is really stubborn. Are you the statements? You know? You know it's true.
Okay, no. If you give somebody an STD, your privacy is being violated. I don't know what he's talking about here, guys. I think he's in a drug-induced.
You know, if Nader is threatening her family, threatening to go over there and say something to her family, this is wrong. As I said in the beginning of this react, this whole thing between Nader and Chantal is between Nader and Chantal. It's not between Nader, Chantal, and endless strangers on YouTube. All of this stuff should be kept private, offline. If they want to yell and scream at each other on the phone through Messenger, they should do that. Because then it's just between them, but they're bringing all this stuff to YouTube. But Nader, if you're over there talking about her family and making threats, I'm going to go to Chantal's family and say things to the mother, which would cause her and her husband to get divorced. Dude, you are way out of line. You're way out of line because what's going on between you and Chantal is between you two. Has nothing to do with her family. Her family is not involved in this, nor do they want to be. They're not even talking to Chantal. They are far removed from this situation. So you, sir, have no business bringing her family into this because they're not responsible for her behavior. They're not pushing her to do or say anything. You need to take her family's names out of your mouth and not use them as a threat. Do you understand? The family's already been through enough this year with the fact that a family member, her grandmother, passed away, and I'm sure they're still dealing with that. So you, sir, as a person with a family, you have a family. I'm sure you want people to respect your family. If you don't like Chantal, fine. If you hate her, fine. But respect the family and keep your mouth shut about them and don't make threats like that. You wouldn't like someone making threats like that to your family, sir.
Just like whenever he was freaking out about having, I was having a threesome with Shannon and her husband. This is a similar. Listen. You know.
That's fucked up relationship.
You don't want to go there. Fucked up relationship. Oh my god.
You still got that strategy? You're good.
Bitch. Ooh, now we getting spicy. Keep going, bitch. Shut up and eat the weenie on a stick. Yeah. Healthy, yeah. I didn't know fatty ground up animal parts and then shut up. Nadia, why is Luigi so angry? Luigi. He is smug. He needs to be humbled. That's his problem. Listen, pal.
Just want to know you. The time I know you, that's it. No say after that.
Yeah, right. This guy?
I know I'm saying, I want to get this stuff, right?
Shut up, Didi. Shut up, Didi and Gargamel. Listen, pal. The clinic called for you. Melanie called for you, not me. So quit blaming me for giving me my own STD. Hi, Raven. Hi. Why are you fucking kidding?
And again, I just want to stress, we don't know who gave who to what. You know, like, we don't know if Chantal caught it off of somebody else. We don't know if it's Nader's fault. We don't know where it originally started, who gave it to who. Chantal spinning the narrative that it's his fault. It could be, it could not be. We don't know. She did have an encounter with some strange guy in the car where she did things with that person. It could be from there. Again, don't know, speculation. But Chantal is trying to pin it all on him. It could also be the other way around. Nobody was in the room when either one of them were doing anything with anybody, but I feel she's doing this to be vindictive as usual. She's doing it out of jealousy because Didi is there with Nader. I have questions for Didi why she's putting up with this crap. You know, like, how can a person sit there and watch two people be toxic to each other, even through a monitor, and just still sit there? Why isn't Didi going home and just, you know, getting her thoughts together and getting away from this? Why is she there for like endless amounts of time watching this play out? And just, it can't feel good. You know, like, why stick around?
Ding me. His logic is, you're the one with the STD, so you're the one who has it. Well, yeah, takes two to tango, moron. You think my vibrator gave this to me? I wish. I fucking stuck with my vibrator all along.
You have it. You have it. You. Don't blame other people. You.
L says, my guess is neither one of you took the antibiotics and continued to raw dog, reap what you sow. Right. You know, Chantal's the adult, and as an adult, you know what would happen if you raw dog with somebody and you're unprotected. So, you know, she's pointing the finger at Nader, but there's another one pointing back at her. You're 37 years old, you're almost 40, you don't know to protect yourself so that things like this don't happen.
You fucked me. So, yeah. And the porch lady. So, shut up. Me too. Yeah, I bet, Dee Dee. Jean two wipes.
Every day.
Thanks to Jean two wipes.
Every day, how much time?
Dee Dee's sweating. I hope you didn't sleep with him. I hope it's true. Because you're going to be in for a surprise.
As usual, nothing wrong.
By the way, you can use my razor if you want.
You can have a little money, but you're still dirty.
I'm dirty? Dirty money. Wasn't dirty when I paid your bills, but okay. Whatever.
You know, she's actually right about that. The hypocrisy of him calling her dirty. He calls her dirty, he calls her an animal, he calls her a buffalo, but didn't mind the money at all. And he spent plenty of that. He took plenty of that eagerly, willingly, and knowingly. So she ain't wrong about that. You know, he calls her all these names, but, you know, the money was good enough. The money was clean enough.
What else are you going to whine and bitch about?
Fucking gonna watch this awful movie.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay. So if you want to get like this, and you're going to ask, oh, wait a minute, did this bitch beside him just say, you'd be surprised? Okay. All right, now this is going to be really gross TMI. Dude, you were just spreading those lips like how many days ago? All up in that, your whole fucking cute.
Okay. So Chantal's trying to insinuate that Nader was eating her pecan pie. And the comment that I read earlier, Chantal has said that he is a receiver, not a giver. So that can't possibly be true if she said that, right? If he is a receiver, not a giver. So you're lying right now, Chantal. You said that he is a receiver, not a giver. So I guess that's not the truth, is it? I guess that's not the truth. But even if it were true, if he did do that to you, you're still the idiot for not protecting yourself when you should, knowing full well that he's promiscuous. He talks to other women. He spends time around other women. You weren't in the dark about that. And you continue to play with him in an unprotected way.
Gucci knows, saying you love it. So shut the fuck up. Who's gonna watch my only fupas? You want to be in my OnlyFans with me. You said it over and over and over again. So be quiet. But no. You are never going to ever again. What? You'd be surprised, dude. Debbie, not a single solitary person. Debbie has the fucking ovaries to say you'd be surprised. She literally, okay, Debbie, let me tell you what I figured out here. This man just needs somebody to stroke everything about him. Literally. His ego, his everything, his Peter, everything.
And that pretty much describes you to a T, Chantal. By describing him that way, you are describing yourself. Do you not realize that? You are narcissistic as well as he's narcissistic. You need someone to give you attention all the time the way he does. He is the male version of you in a lot of different ways. He is the male version of you. Maybe that's what attracted you to him, is the fact that you guys are very much alike in a lot of ways. And that might also be the reason why the two of you butt heads. You're too much alike. And when it comes to narcissists and relationships, there's only room for one narcissist at a time. Two narcissists cannot be in a relationship together. It just doesn't work, because one wants to always be in the spotlight. And so they choose a partner that will give them the spotlight, that will step back and let them shine and be in the spotlight and won't interfere. The two of you are always butting heads because you're both narcissists and you're self-absorbed and selfish. And so you're always clamoring for the spotlight and pushing each other out. And that's where all this fighting is coming from. You're both too much alike. And all this drama is a result of that. You know, you and Pete's, you were together 5 years. You guys were engaged because he's a nice guy and he's not a narcissist. He stepped back and probably gave you all the attention. BB was a really nice guy. He was a hardworking man. He was a good person. He wasn't attention seeking. And you were with him for 5 years. And here you are with Nader, and you guys aren't even in a relationship, and you are so obsessed with this man, but you're butting heads because you're both too much alike in all the wrong ways. And because of that, you don't get along. You just don't. There's more fighting and arguing and screaming and conflict going on than anything else. And there's an old saying, and please pardon my language, if you're in a relationship and there's more fighting than fucking going on, that's a problem. That is a problem.
Debbie's the one, because she like literally like no matter what he says, she'll agree with him and she'll like change her answers to agree with him. Do you know what I mean? And she does it so enthusiastically, like, oh, Nader, this is good sausage. You're good at what you do.
And that's probably why he gets along with her, because she's more submissive. And he's more the dominant one. He's more the narcissistic, self-absorbed person. And Dee takes a step back and lets him be that way. And that's why he likes her. I'm not saying she's not a nice person. I don't know Dee Dee. But notice her personality. He likes it better than him around you, Chantal. Like I said, you guys are too much alike. You're both two narcs trying to like be around each other, and it's just not working.
Fuck off. Shut up, dude.
Okay, I want to address this comment. Barbara Ganoush says, trust me, Debbie doesn't have ovaries. As a woman, as a person, as a grown, mature person, there's nothing I hate more than ignorant talk. And Barbara, that is ignorant talk. That is very ignorant talk right there. It's a very ignorant statement. You don't know for sure if Debbie is a biological woman or a trans woman. But you know what? It doesn't matter. People should be free to be as they please. Whether it's a biological woman or a man or a trans woman or a trans man, it doesn't matter. People should be free to be as they want to be. Bisexual, heterosexual, gay, lesbian, gender fluid. People should be free to be as they are without ignorance from other people. What a person is, what their sexual identity is their business and no other business of anybody else. And certainly, a person's sexual identity should not be subject to hateful comments from strangers, especially comments that are based on no known information or fact.
Why am I so laughing? Oh. Yeah, it's 10. And I'm already burnt.
You know, I'm sorry, it just bugs me. It really bugs me that some of the VIBs, it's obvious some of you are not grown-up people. You must not be, because you're sinking that low that you're going to attack somebody's sexual identity, and you don't even know what's going on there. You have, what? Did you go to the bathroom with Dee Dee and like have her pull down her pants to check what she is and what she isn't? You're sinking really low over there, talking about if she's a man or a woman or something in between. Shame on all of you that are doing that over there. Shame on you. Shame on you. You know, in order to say Nader is with Dee Dee, and the reason why he's with Dee Dee is because maybe perhaps she might be a man. Maybe the reason why Nader doesn't want to be with Chantal is because she's obnoxious, selfish, narcissistic, self-absorbed, toxic female. Maybe he prefers the company of a person that is non-toxic for him. And the gender of that person, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You agree with what you agree with. You're comfortable with what you're comfortable with. Gender is not an issue. It's not a breaking point. So all of you over there in the VIB chat making those the ignorant comments, you need to stop. You really need to stop. This is wrong. It's wrong to attack somebody on that level. You don't know what's going on there. You don't know if Dee Dee is an actual biological woman or a trans woman. Nobody knows. And honestly, it's nobody's business or concern.
Elle, do you wake up and eat whiny little bitchios every morning? Shut up! Pete, I've been burnt all morning and cleaning. Well, at least you've been productive. The problem is when you're burnt and there's still. I thought I shot the lasagna in the garbage. Well, I guess. Alright. No, I'm pretty red. Is it early? Hi, Lindsay. Super sad. You're the same when you're there with. No. Not to shock you. Alright, guys, here we go. I can't think.
Line up.
Lineup. This guy actually thinks there'd be a lineup if you did OnlyFans. Excuse me. Shut up, Debbie. Rosemary. I know. Raven.
I know why.
Yeah, I do eat fried pita every day. And what? And what? So? Actually, I want some right now.
That's a piece of shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking whore. What's up? I can. This is
Oh, did I make you mad? Not a good business. Gumby is looking Gumby and Pokey. Gumby and Pokey.
Your mother, the one you know what she's doing. There you go. What's wrong with you? She was doing something.
He looks psychotic here.
Just keep driving.
What?
They look like you. Just open your mouth.
Y'all keep in mind, this is the person that Chantal made live stream after live stream about, saying that he was abusive. She said her words, he's abusive in every way. She said he was scary, to the point where in one live stream, she wanted a safe word. I don't know why she did the safe word on a live stream. That doesn't even make sense to me, because then he's going to see the live stream and know what the safe word is. But the safe word was paper clips. So she made this whole big deal about he's abusing me, he's hurting me, he's scary, he gets the black-eyed rage. The things that she was saying to people were concerning. And she came on live streams showing bruises. All of those live streams triggered people. But this person who is allegedly abusive to her, here she is actively provoking this person, actively provoking them. I'm sorry, Chantal. I don't know what you've been through with Nader. I've actually been through DV. Never would I ever, never did I ever, in the situations I had to deal with, was I all about that life of provoking that abusive person to hurt me. If anything, I would stay quiet and try not to provoke them, to give them any reason to go off. And here you are doing it. So as a DV survivor, someone who's dealt with severe DV, and I got the scars internally to prove it, I find your behavior questionable as well as dangerous.
Smug prick, yes.
Oh,
Did I stress you out? Good.
but you're expecting this. More respect?
No, you don't deserve it, though.
No. Ever.
You don't deserve it.
You became sweet. Mm-hmm.
You became sweet. Debbie! Debbie! With her up is Debbie! Shut up and go
But
back.
I'm not okay with it. Never. What you mean?
Never. See, she just agrees. She comes up with like all these little terms. Never. Nope. Hey Maria, that's what no weak moment. Mm-mm.
You sick? Go check yourself.
You look sick right now.
Hmm? No,
What did Melanie want then? What did Melanie want?
Because you get much up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or you don't get.
What? Did you just tell me to sew my vagina? So because I walk around in lingerie, I have to sew my vagina, you freaking misogynistic butthole.
Who fucking gonna go online and say, guys, I don't think get this yet.
Debbie, wait. I'm a whore. Okay, I'm a whore. I'm a whore when I'm sucking you, right? Okay, that's so TMI, but that's what he always loved to do. Call me a whore. Anyway, you don't want to know why, Debbie? I think that I have something. Going off of the previous experience, you fucking moron. You know nothing about the situation, and you inserted yourself in it. That is my point. Here he gets mad again. His veins are going wild.
That's what I don't deserve at all.
And you know what, Dee Dee, if I were you, chick, I would get an Uber and go right home. I'm not sure why you're spending time around Nader unless you're paid to be there. I mean, that's the only reason that makes sense to me why you're there and you won't go home. Because you're seeing all this play out with Chantal and Nader. I mean, how could that not get on your nerves? What woman would sit there watching all this go back and forth constantly, all day, all night, every day, and not say, you know what, this is too much. I'm out. I need a break. I'm going home. I'm going to sit in my living room and watch TV with my fuzzy socks on my feet and get away from this, because this right here what's going on right now is not going to stop until it does stop. So why be there to witness it? Why be involved in it in any way, shape, or form unless you're getting paid? I mean, are you getting compensated, Dee Dee? Is that why you're not going home? Because any other person watching all this stuff, listening to it would say, it's too much, I gotta go and leave. And you're not leaving. So I'm asking why? Why are you staying there?
Sure.
Happy, she don't mind saying that. Happy, bring me happy. Does that make you proud? The fuck you again? I'm not business.
Sorry, I don't understand. Yeah, no, you won't be actually after today. See ya. Yeah, no more is right. You brought this on it. This is your fucking fault. 7 feet 9. Who is this guy who's 7 feet 9? Yeah, come for BB. BB is sweet. BB is sweet. He's making fun of BB for being sweet.
You know, if Nader is talking about BB, that's another person he needs to leave out of his mouth. First, he talks about Chantal's family, which has nothing to do with what's going on. Her family is far removed from this. They are not involved in this. They're not on YouTube making videos about Chantal. They're not in her living room with her. They're not in any way involved. And neither is BB. BB is her ex-boyfriend. He's in no way involved in this. He left Chantal and he never turned around, and he's not been in contact with Chantal. He's not trying to get back with Chantal. So for Nader to talk badly about BB, Nader, who in the hell do you think you are? Talking about a person that has never spoken to you, never done any kind of wrong to you. BB's a hard-working guy. He's a decent guy, and there's nothing wrong with that. Why talk badly about BB? He's not involved in this at all, sir. You need to stop over there.
That doesn't even make sense. Your insults don't make sense. You think you're funny. He's height shaming BB.
You know, Nader likes to call himself a real man, but Nader, BB is a real man. He's a hard-working guy, takes care of himself, takes care of his home, pays his own bills. He doesn't rely on a woman to pay his expenses. No, that's you. So you're over there and you want to thump your chest and say, I'm a real man. Guess what, bro? You're not a real man. A real man would not accept Chantal's money. A real man will go out and get a job and live off his own means and not rely on somebody else to carry him on their back. Okay?
No, Capricorn. Yeah. His energy drains you, Pixie. Imagine. I don't understand how Debbie, and like Debbie doesn't have any energy.
I think with Chantal and Nader, they both do two things to each other. They feed off each other and then they drain each other at the same time.
I fuck 1,000 people?
Yeah. No? Blew it. Sneeze of bread. Then it didn't work.
I fuck 1,000 people? You asshole. I literally fucked no one else this whole 9 months since meeting this guy. Not one person. Nadia, oh my god. I can't even. Sorry, it's just this part of the freak out part. Ew, you spit out food. You think you're funny, you're not funny. Fucking gross.
I hope they both realize that by doing this kind of stuff for drama and views for the moment, they're ruining both their channels. They're ruining both their channels. Because we all know that Nader's views and the money he gets and the amount of subs he has over there, that's basically Chantal's audience, correct? So by saying all these things about Chantal, what he's doing is he's cutting a lot of his audience in half. You know, not as many people are going to be watching him. Therefore, not as many people are going to be having memberships and sending super chats. At the same time, by Chantal showing this to everybody on her channel, she's putting herself in a corner. Because if she dares to go back over to Nadars after all this stuff being aired publicly, people are going to crucify her. They're going to roast her. How could you go back to him? And we're going to know if she goes back over there because, as she has said, when she sees him, rather than admit to seeing him, she'll clam up. So if she clams up, where she's been, if she's all smirky and happy and giggly, we will know why.
He doesn't even. Debbie said something. He doesn't even see what I mean. He doesn't even acknowledge anything she said. He just keeps talking. He doesn't.
Again, that's exactly like you.
Care.
You know, I remember, I don't know how many live streams. Chantal would be doing a live stream. Pete's would come in and she would look over at him like, why are you here? This is my channel. I'm doing a live stream. This is my spotlight. What are you doing here? And she would roll her eyes at him like, oh, please leave the room. Please leave the room. Yeah. She had that same attitude with Pete's. And she actually would get mad at Pete's because when he would come into the live stream, people liked Pete's. They liked him being there. They're always asking about him. Where's Pete's? How's Pete's doing? She hated that. She hated people giving attention to somebody that wasn't her.
From Star Wars? Oh, are you? Oh, he's making fun of Pete now. And Debbie's just laughing at everything. She probably doesn't even know what he's saying.
How is the computer doing? Still fighting with you?
Why are you still making fun of his computer?
He smashed his window. That wasn't a
Hey, what happened to your window? What happened to your window? You were mad at me. Smashed it.
Please, take this box is out. Please. How come I don't be clean?
Why does he keep why does he keep obsessing about Pete when Pete is not even ever here? Like Pete's like said one thing about him.
I think if Nader has a problem with Pete's, it's the fact that he's getting money from Chantal and he doesn't like any money being spent on somebody else. It's not him. You know, he just can't stand the fact there's another man in Chantal's life that is being supported by her. That really gets under his skin.
I think it's over now. Oh yes, thank God. Fuck. Well, that was stupid. That was fucking stupid. That actually was my favorite part is when he called me a fucking whore. That made me feel so warm. So warm down there. Obviously still live streams of us cuddling and shit. We were together. Yes, Anne Marie, I need to stop mentioning him.
You need to stop talking about him. Find something else on your channel to talk about. Anything at all, please. Anything. Go to the store, get a couple of magazines, flip through the magazines, comment on the articles, comment on the photos, whatever you want. Find anything in the world to talk about. Clean your house. Make that into content. Do your laundry. Turn that into content. Anything but Nader, please. Anything.
He's talking about the box pile. Yeah, every bill you have is paid by somebody. Exactly. Liev Power has called about the 15% increase. Cat no account. The broken window. Office Karen laugh. Shut up, Dee! She's gonna pay for her OnlyFans? That just proves that you. So, like, why have sex with me? You guys are right. You guys are freaking user. Because why else would you? Me, I'm not gonna have sex with somebody that I don't. That I'm not attracted to. Yeah, right. Bullshit. Hi, Nikki dear. And yep. Started freaking calling me. No, I haven't been to his house. I haven't even like talked to him since the hotel.
Really now. Because in the react that I did last night, you got to call on Messenger. So that means you don't have him blocked on Messenger. He's still able to contact you. Maybe you shut off his phone, but that was you shutting off the phone just so you could tell people I shut off his phone. But the subclause to that is, okay, I shut off his phone, but I have another sneaky way to talk to him. So by saying you shut off his phone, you might be telling the truth, although you could always reactivate the phone, but you're not cutting off every line of communication. As I've said to everybody, there's always a way to do something. If you can't talk to somebody on the phone, there's always something like Skype or Facebook Messenger. There's always a way to communicate with people if you want to.
And I don't have a way to get in touch with him. That's why I did the dramatic.
You're lying, ma'am. He called you on Facebook Messenger last night. You don't have him completely blocked and banned everywhere.
Extreme. Telling him about Melanie. I'm just relaying the phone call message. My hair. Look at my weird hairline. I think I'm over the worst of it.
You can't be over something if you keep feeding into it. There's just no way. Being over something means you've turned completely away and now you're letting the healing begin. You just sat there and watched Nader and reacted to Nader, so you haven't even begun to be over him if you are still engaging with him.
Being burnt.
Daisy Sky says, this is too much. You look sick, your eyes are swollen, your voice is thick, and your skin looks yellow. The itching, the excessive drug use, and the excuses that it's all mental health don't add up. She's a very sick person, our Chantal, in every way, and she needs help. She needs professional help. She needs to get her butt to the doctor and get a checkup from feet to head. Everything needs to be looked at. Everything needs to be tested. Whatever's wrong with her, it needs to be treated. She needs inpatient care because she's not a person that can be at home and heal herself. There's too much going on. Being at home is just leading to more self-destructive behavior. the binge eating, which she's doing a lot of, the excessive use of the green. She's doing everything wrong as far as healing herself. If anything, she's hurting herself more.
Sorry. The same respect. I wouldn't want her to be hurt in the situation, any situation, like actually physically hurt or hurt at all or taken advantage of or whatever. But I have to care about myself more. Exactly, Karen. You're so right. That's what
Wait a minute. Hold on. I see an interesting comment here. Farmer Gal says, you did act sub around him though. And what about the master contract? Was there a master contract with the two of them? I've been saying for the longest that I've had a very strong suspicion that Nader and Chantal, they have a sadist, masochistic relationship of some sort. Chantal's got a huge humiliation, degradation fetish. Huge, excessive, extreme. And for anybody out there that might have that fetish, there's nothing wrong with that. Usually the way it goes, people who have that fetish, they can lead completely normal lives and just indulge in their fetish every once in a while, or when they're in the company of somebody that wants to indulge them. But Chantal, in my opinion, she wants to live that life 24/7, and she never wants to stop. Hence why everything in her life around her is falling apart, because she's just, whatever she does, she goes balls to the wall. She goes to the extreme. Everything in her life. With her eating, she's very extreme. With the drugs, she's very extreme. With her need for attention, she's very extreme. So wouldn't that attitude also apply to if she were a masochist and she's into degradation and humiliation and embarrassment? Wouldn't that also apply? That same attitude, that same natural nature of hers? I think so. There's also elements, I feel, of her being financially dominated, which she's willingly participating in, because that leads to more degradation and embarrassment, which maybe she craves. So if there's a master contract between the two of them, that would not surprise me. But if she is indeed playing the part of the sub, this is not a healthy dom-sub relationship. It would be healthy if she were benefiting in some way, if he were making her a better person or helping her through her problems or urging her to get into therapy or healthy eating or something. A good dom always leaves you better than what they found you. They don't make you worse. And she is definitely self-destructing before our eyes. So whatever relationship they may have, whether it's dom or sub or just a normal relationship, it's not good for her. It's leading to more and more of her ruin. Her health is on the decline, and she really needs to put the brakes on and do something very, very fast.
I realize I have to care about myself more. I cared about him very much. He started growing in. He's gonna be really short at one point. Like pixie short. Person. So weird. Anyway. Yes, I need to put. You can never be with Barbara Canoe. I love your name. I know. I know. We're so ill-suited.
You are. It's unhealthy.
There's like a weird passion, sexual passion, I guess.
It's not passion though. It's not passion. He's not passionate about you. He's passionate about using you. You're mistaking this for real passion. It's not real passion. And here's the thing. You want love, Chantal. You want love. What's going on between the two of you is not love. It's a power struggle. Straight up, it's a power struggle. You're both trying to one up the other, control the other. It's not working. If there is a dom-sub relationship, it's not a healthy one. It's not a healthy one because you are not a person that you are willing to take direction. You're not that person that you're willing to listen. And honestly, he's not the person to guide you anyway. His life is a mess. So if that's your idea of a dom, ma'am, it's a bad idea. He's not a real dom. He's just an aggressive person with ulterior motives, and the ulterior motives are to get as much money out of you as possible. That is not a real BDSM relationship. No, ma'am. No. Maybe you think so. You're wrong about that. What's going on between the two of you? It's not healthy. And you need to see that. You really need to see that. That whatever Anastasia Christian Grey fantasies you have in your head, you're trying to play out, this is not it. This is not it. No.
It was.
I think she mistakes drama for passion. She gets off on the drama. It gives her a rush. It gives her a kick to fight with Nader, to get him all riled up and see how far she can push him. And at the same time, he pushes her right back. I think she really enjoys that.
Now all I'll say is I feel like sex is somewhat of a punishment sometimes. Like he tries to use it to punish me or something. I'm never, ever, 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 ever going back. Sorry. I'm not laughing at that. Make an omelet? No, I think I'm gonna go home now. I'm not in love with Phoebe. I'm not in love with Phoebe. I think I'm just gonna like stay up wine and sleep all day Valentine's Day. For like the very next day.
Okay, so we got another 10 minutes left on this video. I'm going to cut it off here because she's winding down. So that's it for this react. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe if you want, and have a wonderful afternoon. Take care.